These are the 10 most asked questions from somebody doing $100,000 in their lawn care business, says ChatGPT. Let's dive into it. So, number one, how can I increase my landscaping business revenue and profit? Well, this is a loaded question because you can take it multiple different ways. So, what I would recommend if you want to increase revenue, to open up your offering of services. Maybe do sod, maybe do tree trimming, maybe do fall cleanups, maybe do mowing, maybe do weed control, maybe do fertilizing, bush trimming, bed maintenance. There is a ton of stuff that you can do. That will be a number one way to increase your revenue, is just to add more services. Now, on the flip side, if you want to increase more profit, you actually want to do the opposite. You want to focus on your top 1, 2, maybe 3 services that produce the most amount of revenue, and you want to drive that as deep as possible, so that way you can get as efficient and most streamlined process in to make sure that you have the most profits. Number 2, what strategies can I use to attract more clients and increase my customer base? I have done multiple videos on this, but basically, to attract more clients, you have to do a good quality job. You also, I think another big thing is to reach out to customers and do follow-ups. Like, ask them, how has your service been? When a customer cancels, ask why. Knowing this data will allow you to really drive down and dig deep into your business, whether you are a one-man show, you're just starting off doing this as a side hustle, or you've been doing this for 5+ years and doing multiple hundreds of thousands, maybe even into the millions. All right, number 3, how should I effectively market my landscaping services to reach a larger audience? So there's a lot of different ways you can do this. Flyers is a big one, Google ads, Facebook community groups. There is an endless amount of ways to market. You can do media, YouTube, videos, yard signs. You could do all kinds of stuff. Put your signage, logos on your trucks. That is one of the first things that I would recommend to get your name out there. Number 4, what are the best practices for optimizing my scheduling and project management processes? I would always recommend to not go above 80% capacity when you're talking about 5 days a week. Why? Because the truck's going to break down, it's going to rain, your employee or you might get sick, and it might be too wet to actually perform the services. So you don't want to pack the house on your schedule 5 days a week. You want to leave a little room margin for error. And guess what? If it's a flawless, perfect week, everybody shows up, you get an early day on Friday. Who wouldn't want that, right? Number 5, how can I improve my team's productivity and ensure efficient use of resources? So we use a system called P4P. It's basically called Pay for Performance. If you haven't already, check it out. Mike Andes has a phenomenal training process on this. Highly recommend going to that. I think it's just p4psoftware.com, and you can actually watch how to implement Pay for Performance. I will never pay a team member just based off of an hourly rate ever again, because you have to incentivize them and pay them on what you want to increase. If you want to increase profit, give them some profit. If you want to increase revenue, give them top line revenue. Number 6, what are the most important financial metrics I should track to monitor the health of my business? It depends on what stage of business you're in. So we have done $630,000 in annual revenue in our first location. We just started a second location. And so there are different metrics that we need to track. In our second location, we literally are just getting it off the ground. We have to track different data. Now, I would say when you are just starting out your business, doing 100,000 or even above that, you want to focus on close ratio. That's the only thing that matters. when a sale or a call comes in or a customer comes in and says, hey, I want your services, hey, I want your mowing, hey, I want your weed control, hey, I want whatever, how many out of 10 of those, how many actually confirm, sign up for your services? That would be your close ratio. And all you do is take the number of customers that actually booked and divide that by how many customers asked for a quote. Number 6, what are the most important, I already read that one. Number 7, are there any cost-cutting measures or efficiency improvements I can implement? We already talked a little bit about this, but pay for performance will cut out almost all of the waste. It's not obviously perfect, but paying based on performance will significantly reduce the amount of waste in your business. I don't have to micromanage my team anymore. I don't sit there and look at how long they spent on the properties. I don't have to do that anymore. It's all up into their hands. They're making $25+ an hour on P4P, and they don't sit on their phones in between jobs. They don't go to the gas station, take naps on the clock anymore. They don't do that because we're paying based on performance. So again, Mike Andes, check them out, p4psoftware.com. Check it out. It's completely free. Learn, educate yourself, right? All right, number 8, what legal and regulatory considerations do I need to be aware of in the landscaping industry? Every state is different, so you want to check with your local authorities. I would say if you're doing lawn care and landscaping, lawn care, fertilizing, weed control, applying herbicides, you are going to need a pesticide applicator license. If you're doing just mowing, you don't need that. You may need to register your business in your local area, but definitely check with your state on those requirements because every state is different. All right, number 9. Should I invest in new equipment or technology to stay competitive and improve efficiency? All right, so I think when you're just starting out, really just starting out, we just bought used equipment off Facebook Marketplace. I bought a $100 mower residential and I just got to it, right? I printed flyers out on our printer and they weren't anything fancy. They were just pieces of paper. I think once you get going, definitely want to upgrade your equipment. Definitely, you don't need to buy the latest and greatest, especially if you're going to like zero turns. You don't need to be spending $10,000, $15,000 on that stuff. Buy it used. Literally, buy it used. Get a commercial grade, gently used, lightly used. Somebody getting rid of it who bought it that was like, hey, I'm going to use this, but then they changed paths, whatever. That's what I would focus on, getting that good equipment. Then after that, I would absolutely look into getting some software. That is what's going to take your business to the next level. If you're doing under $100,000 in annual revenue, you could probably get away, if you're really, really talented, without it. But if you want to break over that hump of $100,000, definitely need to get a CRM, which is a customer relationship management. We use Copilot software, phenomenal CRM, highly recommend it. Your first 50 users are free. Check it out. And it will definitely help you grow your business. All right, number 10, how can I provide excellent customer service to maintain client satisfaction and encourage referrals? So I would do, after 30 days of them being a customer, either knock on the door, call them, email them, do something and say, hey, we've been servicing your yard for 30 days. How has your service been with us? And get that honest feedback, right? Anytime a customer is canceling, you need to get that feedback. But that is what is going to allow you to dictate what you're doing well and what you need to improve on, because customer satisfaction ultimately is going to be what you're going to want to focus as you grow and scale. When you're under $100,000, you just need to hustle. Literally, just hustle hard, put in action. Once you get above that $300,000, $400,000 mark, even pushing up into the $500,000, that's when you really want to shift over and start to focus on your attrition rate. How many customers, so you're paying all this money in marketing, how many customers are going out that back door? That is what you need to know. You need to decrease that attrition as quickly and as swiftly as possible to ensure customer satisfaction. And a lot of that comes down to just training your team properly, in making sure that they know exactly what they need to be doing on every single property. If you found value in this video, click that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time.